mint fresh.
Oh, Joe!
What's up, 80s toy collectors, YouTube? I'm doing another review. Today I'm doing it on AFA. I'm not gonna go through this. I got 25 figures stacked here. 25. There's Sergeant Slaughter. I'll just show you a few figures. Just to kind of get you guys excited if you're a G.I. Joe collector. All right, hey. So check this out. I stayed up late last night and I was submitting online the paperwork that's required to send these figures out to get graded. Now, I'll give you guys something good to look at though. This came in the mail today. This is already graded. AFA 80. Flint mint on card. Now a lot of people are going to ask, hey, so why do you grade figures? You know, what's the point? You know, you put the figure in a plastic acrylic case. I mean, I don't know if this, you probably can't see it as good on camera, but you know what? When you put a vintage figure, and check this one out. This one's unpunched, so it never really got hung on the peg. Let's check out the price tag. $3 back in the days when the figures were $3. That's mint and card in an acrylic case, and it protects it for life. This is awesome. You know what I mean? This is what I like about vintage figures is the artwork, obviously. The way the figure sits on the card. As a kid, going into the store and seeing this shit hanging on a peg, oh man. Or even better yet, opening this shit for Christmas. Oh, that was sick, you know what I mean? And you know the way I open my shit, dude. My shit never stayed like this. So for some poor soul to have gotten this and never have opened it, wow. Now it's mine? That's sick. That's sick. You know how I love to open my shit. This shit would never lasted in my house. So maybe that's even more so why I enjoy grading figures, having a mint on card, and then they really collect nice. Grading figures also increases the value of your figure. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like a certificate of authenticity. Let me pull this up here. See? So it gets some little serial number, AFA. See, and for those that are familiar with AFA, I learned something new today. If you see, it says 80 YNM. Okay, well, I've never seen a Y on a graded figure. I bought this one on eBay, and you're not going to be able to tell in the picture, but the bubble on this bad boy, as nice and clear as it looks in the camera, and it looked like that on the picture, it's yellow. It's yellow just from aging, you know what I mean? And I emailed the guy and asked him about that because I have a lot of vintage figures. I mean, you can see all these here. I got, let's see, let me pull out an old one in here. This is a 1982 short fuse. So you're not going to tell me that this is a vintage figure right here. And look at it, it's clear. Nice and clear. It's not yellow. So I'll send this one out to get graded. So getting back to my story, you learn something every day. So if you're going to start collecting AFA graded figures, and if you buy them on eBay, you see that little Y? That's because the bubble's yellow. You know what I mean? Flint's still such a hard figure to get at a decent price. I really don't care about the yellow. I'm not tripping on it. So I like grading them. Obviously, it preserves the figure, increases the value of the figure. So when you buy one that's graded on eBay, you know exactly what you're getting. There's no guessing game. So because if you bought mint on card figures on eBay, you know that you have to ask 50 million questions before you order it or buy it. Sometimes with a little bit of lighting, the bubble will show a little scratching. You know, I just pulled this figure out of the box. It's nice on front, but check it out on the back. There, I don't know if the camera will pick. Oh, there you go. See it? Nice little crease. Now, that crease doesn't come out. Oh, actually, it does come out on the front. I want to say it doesn't come out on the front, but I mean, even with that little crease, I still bought it. You know what I mean? I still liked it. It was a decent price. I took it. So, if you're into grading, this is what you got to do. Just cover some of my information there. Well, there's the submission form. AFA toy grader. Yeah. So it'll be a form something like this. You pretty much fill it out. This is the main form, right? So check it out, okay? But check this out. Okay, so on these forms, that's why I stayed up kind of late last night. I started typing in the figure, the year, the make. You got to type it in. And then there's different tiers. I do tier 3. So tier 3 is usually the cheapest. It just takes the longest. So you got to be very patient. It's going to take you, it could take up to 2 months to get these figures back. I got figures that I dropped off at Comic-Con. And well, it's been a month and a half now. And I don't think I'm getting them till November. So September's right around the corner. So it's like still another month and I think the first part of November. You know what I mean? So it takes a while. I don't know if you can see it on here. A regular G.I. Joe action figure costs about $33 to grade. So be prepared to spend money. If you go on their website, occasionally they'll have you know, deals. And you want to submit the coupon code on your submission form. Well, let's see, what else can I tell you? You got to fill out all the paperwork. There's like release forms that you got to sign. You know what I mean? And another thing that you want to make sure that you put in there is obviously your credit card number. So yeah, this is like a release of liability forms. There's all kinds of stuff. But the other thing too is a lot of people are worried, oh, you know, because they ask you the value of the figure. And well, these ones I put about $50. There's a few that I put 100, 150, depending on the figure, of course. Don't be scared to mark that value up. Yeah, it's going to jack the shipping up, but it's maybe going to be $1. Maybe $1 for, you know, I mean, it's not much. It's very little for the amount of insurance, you know, when they ship it to you. It's well worth it. So don't cheat yourself on that. You know what I mean? Put fair market value. Maybe even put a little bit more than you paid for it on eBay to kind of protect yourself. I'll be honest with you. I've never had problems. I've never had problems. As scary as it is. So I got okay. Check this out. I got 25 figures here. You guys see sitting here. This setup here, I was gonna send it out today, but after I typed in everything with shipping and everything, it's gonna cost me about $900 to grade. So I mean, I could have did $400 or $500. 900. That's gonna set me back a little bit. So I got the forms filled out. I'm still gonna send these figures out. I'm just not gonna send them today, tomorrow. Maybe not in the next week. Maybe not in the next 2 weeks. So, but a lot of people will ask, you know, how do you get your figures graded? It's not that hard. Go to their website. It's soygraded.com. They do AFA, DCA. DCA is the die cast. CDA, which is the doll. You can collect Barbie dolls. Hey, there might be some. And VGA, I think that's like sports stuff. Mint fresh. He's fresh. Keep collecting, keep posting your comments, keep reviewing my videos, and keep subscribing.
It's G.I. Joe Carlos.